Okay, what's up guys? We're back over here today on this Dallas remodel we're doing, and there's a correction to the last video update we did, and it's not a 60s model, this is actually a 50s model remodel. So we're still doing demo. We've been literally breaking into this thing, and we're opening up walls, and so we want to show you guys a little bit of progress that we made. We just this morning had to clear out a bunch of debris because we kind of got overloaded on the debris that we've demoed. And so we got another trailer in here this morning. The guys got everything picked up. So trying to do a little bit of tidiness on that and keep things as clean as possible. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna kind of go through here and do a little walkthrough, show you guys what we're getting into. Okay, so the guys are gonna go to lunch. I need to get a couple things. I need to get a couple things for the beams that I need. The dividers going across. I gotta go get some 2x8s. So I'm gonna head on over to Home Depot. Try to get this thing going. Y'all have 16-foot 2x8s?
They should be all the way right there in the back.
Okay. All right, thank you. Maybe. Because they didn't have 14-footers, so I'm gonna get 8-footers. I mean the 16-footers, all 16-footers instead. So we just get all 16s, and I'll have to cut off some. So. So this will be a little different since I got a new truck. How to strap these bad boys down. Got a pretty good idea what I'm gonna do, but I realize I parked so far across the parking lot. So one of the reasons why we needed this extra materials, because I went and bought materials the other day for this remodel, but we ended up deciding to tear out another wall, and we moved the beam over, which I'll show you guys in a minute, from where we originally were gonna put it. So it meant our spacing needed to be a little bit longer. So I needed to get some longer 2x8s, which we're gonna triple up to add our supports so that we cannot have the wall below, because they were supporting walls. So gonna go like that, see? So I'll have to almost set them there. Maybe you hold them, and then I'll have to strap. Can you hold them?
One so far.
One's not too bad. Too heavy now?
No. Might be above my pay grade.
You got it? Good. You see we got our boards laid out on here. I had to have Drew hold it on one end because I couldn't stack them like that, you know. So we couldn't have done this by myself, this one here. But I do think I'm gonna like having the option for the flatbed. It's gonna come in real handy. It's gonna take some getting used to and some reconfiguring of how to think about loading materials. But one thing I can say, with my other truck, I wouldn't have been able to pull this maneuver off without damaging the top of my truck because I didn't have a headache rack. So I'm glad to have that. This is really what I wanted, was a flatbed. For that reason, it just gives you a lot of options. So primarily for hauling, I need to be able to haul materials, and the 250, the F250 just didn't give me, there we go, that's what I wanted. The F250 didn't give me enough hauling capabilities. I had a tow, I had a gooseneck attachment, a ball and all that, but when I bought that truck, I didn't have a skid steer, or I didn't have the dumpster business, I didn't have some of those things, and it just wasn't the same daily load that I needed, or it wasn't doing what I needed to do for, as far as on a daily basis. So in return, got the flatbed, the Dodge 3500. That was some of our thinking on that. Take it slow. Got it strapped off. I don't think it's going anywhere. So, like I said, if this would have been the F250, 16 footers would have been hanging quite a bit off the back of my truck. This way you got a little bit hanging off the back, a little bit off the front, and it works well. And of course, this bed right here is 9 foot long, so I can put 8-foot sheets or even 12-foot like sheetrock hanging off the back. That wouldn't be a problem at all, and it'll be easy to unload with the skid steer or whatever we have on site. So I think I'm gonna like the versatility of this bed. Okay, so we're here on the inside, and as you can see, it's a lot more opened up in here. What you're looking at right here is we have some temporary walls that we're putting up so that we can remove the other walls. And we've just about got all of the ceiling joists taken out of this area because we're having to redesign the support systems for these walls that divide also the interstitial space and the upstairs, because there's an upstairs area that starts somewhere in this area over to there. So our goal is to remove this wall, which you can see is barely holding on there. And there was a closet there before, which we're taking out. So starting off, I want to just tell you, so in the beginning, our #1 goal was to get rid of the spiral stairs, to add a new set of stairs going up here, which this is the direction it will go. And you can already see where we've kind of cut out here. The stairs will go in this place. So getting the stairs Also opening up this wall between the kitchen and the living area. So this wall, as you can see, is gone. So in order to accomplish that, one of the first things we needed to do as well is determine which way our main supports were going. And as you can see, our ceiling joists right here are running this way. And you can see right here, this is one of them. And right now, you can see I have this big 16-inch LVL, two of them, 2x16s, that are lined all the way across this big span. Originally, I was gonna put it on this wall area. You see where there used to be a wall right here on the floor. We took that out. We've got a lot of electrical that we'll be pulling out in this wall, and we'll be relocating the laundry to the upstairs area. So, but originally I was gonna put that beam right there over here in this line. But I had a little bit of a problem because when we started the demo, come through here, I'll show you this. When we started the demo, we ran into this little problem, which is the plenum, the main plenum for the HVAC system. So this is exactly in line with where I was gonna set that beam. We kind of rolled with it, and we moved the main support over here, right there. And that's not really a problem for us because we were needing to redo a lot of our ceiling joists over here in this other area anyhow. So that's what we're working on right now. We'll be framing up the stairs. I had to run to Home Depot just a minute ago because the length right here, as I told you, hopefully, I don't know if the battery was dead or not. I'll have to look back at the footage. But one of the things I was telling you in the possibly previously recorded video is that I'm putting a 16-foot span all the way to that new LVL that runs all the way across the room. And I can't, originally my beam was gonna be here, so I bought shorter 2x8s that were gonna go to this point. Instead, now that we went farther, I had to go get some more material. That's the reason why I had to go to Home Depot. And so that's kind of where we're at in the process in this area. We did a lot of demo, and we're still doing a lot of demo. So the demo continues, but we're almost to the point where we can start doing some framing, which is what we'll be doing here, adding our 2x8. We'll be putting 3 2x8s together and running all the way to that wall. And it should be less than 16 foot. And then there will be another joist that runs this way back to another joist, or not joist, a beam that will run that way, another one that will run this way, and another one that will run this way, because kind of an added onto our work, our existing scope of work. Our client decided she wanted to open up this room and have one big open space. So the feeling was, I think once the stairs get built, there's going to be a little more room back in this area for the living area to function. And so we're opening this whole space and that whole space. So, which I think was going to be used anyways for like an office space or something of that nature. So now you can purpose this space however you want to purpose it with the decoration and all those kind of things. So it'll be one big open space. And the other big thing that we ran into so far in this demo, and I'll have to come that way, is the bathroom. So here's the real kicker surprise of the day. As you can see, there's no floor anymore. So I'm standing where there used to be a tub right here. So, you know, it's pretty revealing So you can see all of the support system. I mean, most of this part looked pretty good. It's just, this was rotted. The floor joists were rotted. And so as we were doing some of the demo of the tub and things like that, we went ahead and while I was at the supply, I got some new subfloor, and we've got the joists that we'll need for running this floor. So, you know, the piers look pretty good for this house. Give me the camera, I'll show you a little bit of that. Those look pretty good. The plumbing, from what I can tell, mostly looks pretty good. Not seeing anything yet, but what we're gonna do is get into doing, we're gonna test the plumbing, so we'll do an inspection on that. We'll fill everything off, cap it off, and see and make sure it's all holding water. So we know we don't have any leaks. There are gonna be some plumbing things that we need to do in the kitchen. I have to figure out a way to get out of here. Like I said, I got a lot of electrical that needs to come out. I'm gonna be relocating this laundry room. This laundry connection to the upstairs. We're not 100% on the cabinet layout, but we have a pretty good idea that we're gonna be putting an island over here in this vicinity. So we'll put like an island over here. The stove is gonna stay where it goes. The sink is gonna stay where it goes. You guys should really see from this side. Drew is really struggling to get around in here.
It's a lot of footwork.
Lots of footwork down here. So we just popped in while the guys are at lunch, so it's a little bit of a mess right this moment because we're still demoing, but the sink is gonna go over here. I needed a place to land the refrigerator, so spin with me here. So over in this area, we originally knocked this out, but when we put our walls back, we'll actually close this off to this point. So this will extend the kitchen wall, and the refrigerator, I believe, is gonna go right here, and we'll, wrap it. And then cabinet space, stove over here, cabinets on this wall over here. For the moment, that's kind of the game plan. So right now we don't have access to the upstairs, but once we get the stairs finished, we'll take you guys up there. So for the meantime, we're going to continue working here. One of the true blessings, I guess you would say, in running into that is we thought that because of the HVAC up here in the ceiling, we thought that it was going to have to be an exposed beam. And so one of the, I think, advantages in us coming over this way is it got us out of the way of some of the HVAC, and we were able to put a 16-inch LVLs up there, and we're not in the way of anything. So, and we were able to completely get that in the attic space. So that's a true advantage because you don't have any necessary, beams that have to be exposed on this level. So all this will be a continuous ceiling. Of course, this is a vent for the stack of the laundry, and we'll be able to reroute that fairly easily. So we'll do away with that. And that's, I think, just about it. If you guys have not subscribed yet, I hope you'll do that now. If you want to see more episodes like this, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.